Hi people. It's cold down here today, hence my yes. Right, I thought it was time for another tale from the pack. I was dating, gosh, that's so long ago. I was dating a man, obviously, and he was on some medication, okay, and it didn't suit. Medications have side effects, all of them. Every single one of them, no matter what it is, has a side effect. And, in the instructions, it'll say 1 in 100 people may experience these side effects, 1 in 1,000 may experience these side effects, etc., and so on. You guys know this, yeah? Well, he had a bad reaction, a very bad reaction. It was an opiate based medication, not a particularly strong one compared to what I have to take, but nothing works for me, medicine-wise. Right, he became quite aggressive. I had my girls, my 3 girls, as you know. Inky was very much the protector of me in the pack, whereas Zelly was the protector of the pack of girls. She was like, well, she was Auntie Zelly, as simple as that. Now, Inky made a decision on her own that this man was not allowed to move off sitting on the bed at all. Not move at all for 13 hours. I just do not. If he tried to move, she would growl, and yes, she would show teeth. She was very polite about it because Inky was a very feminine dog, You couldn't look at her and think anything other than that's a bitch, She was very beautiful. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, my darling. There's a little bit of support from Zed, because I'm a little bit blur today because I'm overtired. Hiya, darling. So every time he tried to move, she would block, move around. She was sitting on the bed right next to him, so he didn't really have a lot of options. He had no options, actually, to be frank. I came into the lounge, I thought, I'll leave Inky to it, So, yeah, so every time he tried to move, she would move around using spatial pressure, actually, a dog using spatial pressure. And just like a herding dog, would herd him back to where she wanted him. And that went on for 13 hours. I just came in here with the other 2 dogs and watched the telly. I was like, she knows what she's doing. And she did, She didn't need commands. I mean, okay, look, there's nothing wrong with my hair. I'm cold, but there's nothing wrong with my hair. Except I keep having to put my glasses on. It's giving me dents. She didn't need command. She was a very instinctive dog. Very instinctive and very protective of me. I mean, this was an exceptional thing, though. Oh, there's so many tales about Inky and being protective of me. But so politely. She was so polite, She never bit anybody, not ever. Not ever, ever. But she used a lot of spatial pressure and a lot of blocking. Very interesting. And that comes from the natural herding instinct of a border collie, is to block. Like when they split sheep, they go in between and they block. Yeah, it was a bit like that, to be honest. I don't like this camera angle much. That's better. Yes. So, eventually I heard a little voice saying, "Laura, I feel better now. Please can you do something about your dog?" I said, Maybe in a bit. I left him there for another hour. Yes. Yep. So I was going to go on when Inky said it was okay. When Inky came away from him. Got to trust your dogs in these situations, people. Seriously. 2 hours later, Inky came in, put her head on my knee, and went, have you noticed there's a sort of thing running here with collies? They sigh a lot. They do. They sigh a lot. I said, you can get up now. And I said, you know where the front door is? Use it and don't come back through it. Ever. That's something I say a lot. I think I've said it to 3 husbands. I said, oh, you spend too much time with the dogs. I said, well, you know where the front door is. I said, go through it. Don't come back. No, I'm sorry, people. I'm a dog person, and dogs help me. I really don't do well without having a dog in my life at all. I fall apart very badly. It's quite extraordinary what a wreck I am without a dog. But that's not what this is about. So that was Inky and the Medicated Man. That's what I'm going to title this. But she was always so polite. I know this sounds like contrary, like it doesn't make it. She just was so polite. I mean, it's like when I was giving a statement one day to a police officer and he went to hand it. Actually, it was a sergeant from the Criminal Investigation Department, a CID officer, which is higher up here. He went to hand me a statement, right, which he'd been writing, and I have to say it wasn't completely accurate. Let's put it that way. And she immediately stepped between us as he went to pass the paper. I was actually sitting here, and I remember it, and he was sitting over in the chair where all my dogs have hijacked that chair over the years. And she growled. He said, what's her problem? I looked at him and I said, she doesn't like you. Inky was a very, very special dog. She was so, so special. And I miss her so, so much. No disrespect. I mean, Zed and Inky were both born on the 26th of July. Okay? Never have I met 2 different type of characters, which, so I really wouldn't go on Zodiac. I mean, they're both Leos, both, as I say, got the same date of birth, except for the year, obviously. I would love you to have met Inky. I mean, she is the reason this channel exists, after all. If only it hadn't cost her life. Dogs don't live long enough. I think dogs, if I could have had that pack for the entirety of my life, with Zed as well, thrown in, I would have been the most stable and happiest person on the planet, and my depression wouldn't exist. Because Inky did not allow for me to be depressed. She was the linchpin that held everything together. It was funny because Zed would do night duty and Inky and YY would do the day duty as far as service work goes, and Inky would be lying on the big dog bed over there, right, which is it is a big dog bed. It's easily big enough for a German Shepherd. I mean, it's not the same bed. That bed is long gone. I've got many a photo of the 3 of them laying next to each other on it. And Selly would come in and Inky would be laying on it, trying to pretend that Sally wasn't there so she didn't have to get up. Sally was very good with the sisters, you know. Please remember they were a year apart. It's a bad idea to have two the same age, etc., and so forth. Eventually, Inky would get up and sort of do the stretch out the front, you know, and stretch out the back, and then get off, and Sally would get on and go to sleep. And then Inky always sat right next to me on the sofa. She was always had contact with me. She would curl up and she would have her back resting on my body. Always, always, always. Yeah. So anyway, before I get all there you go. You know, I've kind of thrown a couple of tales in there, haven't I? But there are so many, and I haven't done one for a while, and I was sitting here just thinking about them. I'm always thinking about them. I'm thinking about what breed I would like to get next, and you know, I like to stick really in the herding family because, to be honest, you know, yes, I've had German Shepherds, um, but I love the collie mind. I really do. You know, two collies can get me off the ground. I have to say, though, and I will say this, my dogs, when they're at home, don't wear collars at all. And obviously, doing agility, a dog should never wear a collar in case it gets caught and hangs itself. We don't want anything like that happening. So you know, I use a slip lead on Zed when we go out, and the avec command. You know, it's not a heel command. It's just, you know, avec means with, and it's just a loose lead command. You know, I mean, I'm not going to say loose lead walk, so I just use the word avec, and you know that suits. Um, she doesn't pull at all. You know, if she does forge a little bit, I just wait for her to hit the end of the lead and turn round. You know, that's more of a positive kind of, you know. I'm not a compulsion trainer in any way. I'm very much a reward-based trainer, but if she's going to pull Z, yeah, it's on the way home because she wants to go and bird watch in the garden. The endless crows. She had some fun with crows today. She's at my feet here, and you know, I love Zed, and I know many of you do too. She's a very special little girl, and I love her dearly. I'm very tired because over the road, my friend Jaime is a very noisy man. He's putting something together for work that he's going to be doing, you know. No one complains about his noise. Odd that though, but he's a big, strong man, isn't he? You know, I've come to a conclusion. You know, correct me in the comments if I am wrong here, okay? And I know you will, because I love you guys, and you're very honest with me. But I'm absolutely convinced that if I had a big man here, and you know, be it married or not, that I wouldn't have half the problems in this area that I do have. Um, it's been a very long time since I've had a partner of any form other than a dog. I don't know how Zed would deal with it. You know, she's most certainly never seen me, dare I say the word, kiss anybody. Ooh. Sorry, that was, whoa. I mean, I'm cold anyway. That's just made me shiver. They would have to be a very, very special person for me to feel any attraction to. It's just a total lack of trust in humans from my own experiences, I guess. How can I, you know, if I could trust a human like I trust a dog like Zed, it would be the biggest love affair on the planet. But it doesn't exist for me with humans. Anyway, people, you all take care now. Please stay well, especially in the UK. And I've got nothing else to say about that, because we all know my opinion on that. I love you guys very, very much. You stay well. Take care. Bye for now. I can't can't find the button to turn it off. I'm so tired.